What's the Not Your Finest Hour podcast? What is that all? I mean, I've heard stories.
Not Our Finest Hour podcast. I'll have to check out one of these days when I get a minute to listen to it. I've been told it's not for everyone. Just the general reviews I hear on it. It has been getting really good reviews.
And I've never personally listened to it, but I have heard it's not for everyone.
I listened to the Not Our Finest Hour podcast. Just great podcast. I've really enjoyed that.
I'm not endorsing anything. But what Caleb told me, he said, don't endorse anything unless you listen to it first.
I do once in a while listen in, and it's a lot of fun. But I do got to be careful. It is not for everyone.
Caleb Allman is always dropping nugs that it's one of the most value-added shows out there.
Of course, through all the Not Our Finest Hour, you guys poking fun at so much different stuff is absolutely killer.
I don't feel any oppression tonight. In fact, I feel very free. The Not Our Finest Hour podcast. Thanks for being here.
I'm Interlock in, and I wouldn't fucking miss the Not Our Finest Hour podcast for nothing.
Welcome to the beginning of the podcast, recorded on a Tuesday evening in April, when it still feels like it's March.
Is the weather that bad down there?
This is the worst spring we've had in 10 years.
It's not good.
It's terrible. Terrible. And you can't get anyone to do anything. We're getting jammed on every fucking job by stupidity. It's like the excavating contractor guy floated all his equipment off site and left 20 piles of dirt across the front of this job site.
Wow. Was he
So they
mad
said-
or he just...
No, he just doesn't care. So we gave them a price to fix it. And they were like, yeah, that's a good price. It's great. And then they came back the next day and said, oh, but it's in the other guy's contract. So we're going to get him to do it. I'm like, he's never coming back. Like, you guys want to open this building on the 2nd of May.
Yeah,
like 7 days from now or some shit. Like 10 days. Like, or 9 days? I don't know. Anyways, whatever it is, 8 days, whatever the fucking days it is. I'm like, do you think this person's floating his equipment back to move this 20 piles? He's not. He's never coming back here. And I'm not moving it for free. So whatever. I guess your building won't open. It is what it is.
Yeah,
And
but
then-
you're getting the call the day before it opens. Can you do something about this?
And then the price got doubled because we had to float our equipment back. Because we have 2 ongoing jobs where I'm like, I'm just gonna leave and find something else to do.
That's what we did today.
Because these GCs are fucked. It's
Yeah.
like they all have Mark Carney brain.
Yeah, they must. They left the job site to go and vote.
I've concluded why all these boomer people are pumped about Mark Carney.
Because he's one of them. He looks just like them.
Exactly. It's the last time in their life they will ever get to vote for someone their own age to be prime minister, who they believe understands who they are as people.
He looks like he could be friends with your dad. You know?
Yeah.
He looks like the type of guy that comes over for a beer. And then you find out 20 years later he touched your little brother or something.
Or you find out 20 years later that he scammed your parents into signing
Yeah.
over their house to him so he could develop it into modular homes for Brookfield.
He's exactly that type of looking guy.
He comes off as like someone who's like, what are they? You know, those guys who used to sell elixirs?
Snake oil salesman.
Snake oil. He's a snake oil guy. He has that sunken in, pale, no color in his skin. He refuses to wear a Canada pin. He will not wear a Canadian flag on his lapel under any circumstances. Like in the debates, there was only one person wearing a Canadian flag on their lapel. Pierre.
Of course it was.
Jagmeet refused to wear a flag. The Bloc guy refused to wear a flag, which obviously makes sense. Carney refused to wear a flag, but instead he wore his pin from being in the Loyal Order of Canada because he's so narcissistic. All he cares about is people knows that he's in the Loyal Order of Canada. Couldn't give a fuck about Canada, but care about him. And he's in the Loyal Order of Canada. Fucking crazy. I'm amazed at the mentality of the people in this country.
I thought about it today. You know how we're like, as progressive as Canada is, we got to be 10 years behind the States. It's just not
what way?
in everything, politics, everything. Like we're just delayed. It's just not our time yet. We'll get our time maybe on the next. Maybe it's too late.
If Pierre doesn't win, it's too late.
Like, how do you come back from this?
You don't, because this guy can run forever. What I was talking to someone and they were saying it's total. This guy hasn't lived in Canada in 12 years, helicoptered in randomly. Now, mind you, he helicoptered in to take over the Liberal Party after his company invested $5 billion in heat pumps that he's going to make mandatory in Canada. And after his company since 2019 has been buying up land and investing in factories to build modular homes. So he did suddenly helicopter in, but maybe he has billions of dollars behind him. But he like suddenly helicoptered in and just, I mean, credit to him. He helicoptered in and he took over and convinced people that everyone in Canada should be a huge supporter of Brookfield. He literally made an announcement that he's giving another $150 million to the CBC, and these people are just so excited about it. Like, who watches the CBC? You know who? Boomers. They're only people. I don't remember the last, like, my generation might have a slight memory of watching CBC, but your guys' generation would have no memory of watching CBC at all. Did you ever watch it?
I may
Hockey
have.
games.
Yeah.
Okay, hockey games, I guess, yeah. But they quickly fired the people that were worth watching at the hockey games.
Yeah.
And then the CBC host, Rosemary, whatever, she's talking these people that, these people this, and like no one's fucking firing her. Literally what Don Cherry got fired for. Doing the same thing. It's crazy. I don't know.
I was at
8 million people pre-voted.
I
don't think 8 million people voted in the last election. You could say at least Canada's engaged.
Who's engaged?
Canada in the election.
Yeah.
The best part about the entire Canadian election is none of it matters except Toronto. It doesn't matter what the rest of the country votes. It's totally irrelevant. It only matters what Toronto votes because that's where all the seats are. The rest of the country could vote conservative, but if all the ridings in Toronto vote liberal, the country's run by liberals. It's fucking crazy. They need some better division of the country. I live in Toronto and I think it's insanity. That this core little crazy group of people is basically ruling the whole country.
I've got a wild theory that I've told my workers for years. I've given this idea to my workers. I said, if you're not employed, you shouldn't be allowed to vote.
What if you're retired?
No, I mean, if you haven't had a job throughout your adult life, I don't think you should be allowed to vote.
You can vote from jail in this country.
Yeah, I don't think it's right.
The Liberal Party has a whole agenda they're pushing in jails right now that Poilievre's going to take away the TVs.
Great.
So that all the jail people will vote like, oh God.
That sounds like a Democrat thing in America. Sounds like something they would do.
Apparently the Democrats are down to 27% support in America or something.
You can't believe any of the numbers anywhere. You know?
No. Well, I was saying to someone today, like, if I wanted to have a poll where Pierre was ahead, I'll just go on Facebook and find every single person that has a blue heart on their fucking thing and then send them all a poll question and then I'll get a conservative answer. You can set it up to however you want for it to be answered.
Yeah.
Craziness. And it's hard to make money.
It's hard to make money. I was on the job site today installing, which I should know better than to be on site installing, but I realized it's really hard to make $2,000 sometimes. I priced the job wrong, and we were, well, not wrong. I priced it aggressively so that we could do it in a day, and we're half done, and it's been one day. And I'm like, wow, this is a really hard $2,000 to make.
What's the job?
It's just a little retaining wall that holds up a pool.
Is it the curved wall?
Yeah. uh, it's
I think
going
I
on-
saw it on Instagram today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did you think it would take a day? I have trouble pricing anything for one day.
Because I didn't feel like it should be worth more than a day. Right? Like I didn't feel like, yeah, this labor cost to install this wall should be $4,400. I thought that was too much. So I priced it at one day.
How's that panning out for you?
Well, I mean, luckily I've got more than one crew, so it's not like we're losing. But
I love your rationalization of things.
well, I mean that's
It's
just
the
how it
best.
is, like
Oh, no, I could be winning with two crews, but today I got one evening out the other, and it's all okay.
yeah, that's landscape, baby.
You're Jerry
That's
Seinfeld. You're even Steven.
I am even Steven. I rarely lose. I often come out even Steven, but
Hmm.
sometimes I win too. Um, yeah, but like it just is what it is, you know. There's a lot of season left to make more money, so we'll break even on this one and hit the next one hard.
Do you still think it's good to get the guys moving and get some cash flow? Like more important than maybe,
Yeah, maybe I'll chalk it up to them shaking the rust off, you know.
yeah, there's no way it could possibly be your fault for pricing it in one day.
Am I gonna get down on myself about it, or are we just gonna finish it and move on to the next one?
Finish it, move on to the next one. That's all you
Exactly.
can do.
Yeah. It's way too early in the season to start beating yourself up.
I 100% agree.
There's lots more time where we can make it up. The guys were super sore last week. They it was their first week laying pavers, and by Thursday afternoon they're like, "Thank God tomorrow's a holiday." He's like, 'cause some of them were still sore coming back today, and it's only Tuesday, or it's been 5 days or whatever.
Well, they're getting older.
They are getting older.
Another year passed.
Yeah, yeah. And I
So,
moved them off site. Hey, took them off a commercial job. That's the masons aren't finished building their block wall, so we can't lay interlock up to it.
mm,
So, and then for some reason, someone's worried about half loads of material that are just moving, not even coming off site. They're just moving around on the site. They don't want a half load material on site for
why
some.
are you half loading material on site ever?
I don't know, but that came up somehow, and so that delayed another wall. So I called up the residential clients. I'm like, hey, good news, we're pushing your job up, which isn't great either because now I have to half load material to their site. So here we go.
I find it interesting that tonight the Leafs are playing, and I could care less.
Well, at your age, you should know that they're not good for much, right?
I don't know. I think this. So I think that
This is the year.
this is the year that like I decided they won game one and I didn't watch it, so I'm not watching any games ever this season, playoffs. And if they win the cup, I will be happy that they won it mostly because I didn't watch any games.
Well, I haven't watched a hockey game in ages. So,
I don't remember the last time I watched a hockey game either. Like I think I might have gone to one Leaf game this year, but I don't know for sure.
is that how you schmooze clients? Hey, I'll take you to a Leafs game.
It is in Toronto. or a
Yeah.
Raptors game, or it is 100% in Toronto. Yeah, how
What's
people
most effective? A Leafs game, a Raptors game, or a game of golf?
probably a game of golf
Yeah.
because in a game of golf you spend a lot of time just talk. Well, I don't. So again, to be fair, I don't play golf. I've played once in the last like 20 years or something. So I don't. I think a golf game is probably the best way if you ask me. That's my opinion of it. But because like people are cheering, I guess if you go to a playoff game and they win, it's a good like a feel good thing,
Well, I
right?
think just inviting someone to a playoff game is a big deal. Like that's a lot of money,
Yeah,
you know. Like you got to be getting in bed with them if you're gonna bring them to a playoff hockey game.
we went to this week. I went to a Blue Jay game with work people, and
Cool.
I got invited. And a Blue Jay game, I think, was a great um, a really good way because it is louder than it used to be there, I think, but it's still, kind of slow paced and it was good. I haven't been to a Blue Jay game and I don't know how long. I really enjoyed it. I was thankful I got invited and I really enjoyed the game because it was just nice to sit there and hang out.
Hmm. I haven't been to a baseball game in ages either. But there's not much to see around here, right? So,
What do people do? Like, did people just take you out to a like lunch or something or
uh, people don't take me anywhere. I mean, product reps will take you for lunch. That's it. I don't want to go anywhere with a rep. Like, that does not interest me, that type of thing. To go out and get schmoozed by the rep.
that's disappointing?
Put your money where your mouth is and give me a better price on things. Give me 5%. That's better than any lunch, you know? I'm fine with that.
It's about building a relationship though.
I don't need a relationship. I need you to be there when something goes wrong. Other than that, I want a good price.
Other
And
than
like, what
that,
does it do for me? I'm already using the product. I don't know. I just don't think it's for me. Maybe I'm not a people person. I don't need that in my life. My days are already busy enough. I have to go see 4 different jobs tomorrow. That might just be because it's spring, but
are they residential jobs?
yeah. I have to go meet the pool contractor who speaks only French and set the grade for the pool, and then go meet the neighbor who has a job for me, and then shoot across town and look at another job, and then shoot back across town in the afternoon and look at a pool surround for a pool that's not installed, but they're gluing the coping to the steel on the top of the pool. So I gotta figure out how that's gonna work.
Well, have you never done that before?
I have never glued coping to a steel wall pool.
Isn't there cement still ring still poured?
No, not on this one.
So you're just gonna. I think we did glue once right to steel. I think we did a big investigation into it, and then we ended up gluing right to the steel with some certain.
But it's not us doing it, it's the pool contractor who puts the interlock coping on and then that's it. Then they're gone.
So they're doing the coping. You're just cutting into the coping.
We're just laying up to the back end of the coping.
Hmm, interesting.
Yeah. So we'll see. It's been a hell of a weekend. It's only Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm fucking exhausted.
We a general contractor reached out to us today. They said, who do you use to pour the concrete at this hospice care center that we did a concrete pad for last year? I said, oh, that's this guy. He's like, can I have his email? I have a job for him. And I'm thinking, this is the concrete finisher. He doesn't have an email. He barely has a cell phone. Like, the concrete finisher is not a professional guy. That's why you went through me, and I got the concrete finisher. If you're looking for a reliable, top-notch concrete finisher, good luck. You just have to know someone here. Like, they're
Yeah, but it doesn't that some like if he wants a concrete job done, shouldn't he call you and say, "Hey, I need a concrete job done"?
that's why, like, I never really gave him the guy's phone number, right? If you want the concrete job, like, do I own the sub? I don't know. Do you give up your trade secret subs to generals so that they can just cut you out?
No. I think it
Like,
puts the sub in an awkward spot too. I think that most of the people who
well, the sub's
subcontract
high
out,
as shit all the time. You know, like he
sorry,
doesn't. He's high as shit the whole time. Like he's on something. It's not a matter of ethics with the concrete sub, right? But I don't want to lose out on it. I brought him into the equation on the last one. Now you want to bypass me?
but yeah, I'm so that's what I'm saying too, is that I don't think a lot of my subs would even work for a general directly if they called them and tried to end run around us. Because they know if they did that, it would be the last time they ever worked for us. And obviously they work on multiple general sites.
Yeah. So when the concrete finisher does work for us, the job's done. He says, "Okay, it's this much money. When can I pick it up?" And he means like, when can I pick it up? Like in 2 hours, the
Yes.
money, right? Good luck getting that from the GC, cash money, to do like,
I 100% agree with you. That's another thing that like I had a client tell two of our broker trucks that he needed them back the next day to come back. Do you think they went back?
not unless you told him.
They don't do anything unless I tell them when it comes to
Exactly.
our clients.
Yeah.
So they did not go back. And then he called me and said, "Hey, the trucks aren't here." I said, "Well, you didn't call and tell me you needed trucks." He said, "Well, I told them I needed the trucks." They won't do fuck all, man. Like,
Yeah.
they will, if you had called me and I told them they'd be there with bells on working, but they won't do it when you don't call me because they're worried that you're trying to get them to work directly for you and that might look bad on them and then they're going to lose like to those guys they're smart, they're not going to screw up their relationship with Paver King over one day working for you direct. Like
Yeah.
that doesn't help them. And secondly, they don't want to have to collect money from you when they know we'll pay them.
For sure. So I never gave this guy the concrete subs contact information.
So did he get mad?
No, he sort of just didn't respond in text.
Why? What did you say? I'm not giving you the information.
No, I just said, well, whenever he asked for the guy's email, I just laughed. I said he doesn't have an email. He barely has a cell phone, and that was it.
He's high, bitch.
He's high.
High as a kite.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's good for them either. I'm a good buffer
They're
for the.
paying you to be the buffer.
Well, at one point they were. Now they want to cut me out, and they want to have no buffer. They want to be attached at the hip to the drug addict concrete sub.
So what did you conclude with your truck?
Oh, your guy never got back to me.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a week. Nothing from him. There's a guy half an hour from me who is like the biggest bin builder in Eastern Ontario, and he supplies and installs the original hook lift. It's called I don't know, Merrill makes them.
I have no idea.
I
What's
don't know.
it called?
I don't
It'll
know.
go with your Grib tilt rotator.
Yeah. I'll have
You're Chad off brand.
hey, as long as I'm Chad Moneymaker,
Oh, I didn't say it was bad. I
that's
never
fine.
said that in a bad way. I just said you're Chad off brand.
Yeah. Which is fine with me. Ampli roll.
I have
Ampli
no
roll.
idea what that is.
They're like the original hook lift creators.
Is it a hook?
Yep. It's not a cable, it's a hook.
Hmm.
So
I've never heard of it.
yeah.
What's it? Sorry, how do you spell it? I'm gonna look it up.
AMPLIROLL.
A M
M
P
P
L I
R O L L
R
O L L.
Ampy Roll,
Ampli roll.
leading provider of hook lift systems, Merrill Corporation. Hmm. Never heard of this before. I'm super interested
So
in it.
my partner has this hook lift
I thought
on
he had a
a
pal finger.
no, he has one of these. Um, and he has done nothing to it in 20 years. Driven daily, does aggregate and garbage, and he has not done anything to this hook lift.
How much is the hook?
It is $4,000 cheaper than the pal finger.
Well, and this guy can service it, I guess.
Yeah, closer than anyone else can. He's half an hour away.
So why didn't you get the hook from him originally?
I didn't even know about him.
How did you find out?
My partner, she's like, why don't you call my guy? Like, I didn't know you had a guy. I thought you had some guy who like just will work on hook lifts and stuff. He's like, no, this guy's legit. Like, this is for real. He's a bin builder and truck builder and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
This is a good looking hook.
Good enough. I don't know what color it is, but I don't know if that
No,
matters.
no, I'm talking about just it looks like the hooks I have. Like
Oh
it
yeah.
works on the same principle. It's got a slider and there's a couple different styles of hooks, but this looks just like a multi-lift hook, except
Okay.
that the actual hook is slightly different and the rollers are painted yellow. Other than
I
that, you could almost
I'm
say
a
it's a multi-lift hook.
I'm a sucker for
Oh no,
yellow.
here it's doing a different thing.
Doing a different thing.
Yeah, no, it's breaking the frame breaks in the back twice. That's weird. I've never seen that before. I wonder why it does that. I wonder what the advantage is.
I don't know. I could give you Luke's number. You can reach out to him if you want.
I'm good.
He
I'm
was good
good.
to deal with. He works with the guys who screwed me on the first deal sometimes for the pal finger. He's like, oh, I don't want to really ruin my relationship with them. I said, if you don't want to do this, like you can walk. If I'm more of a pain in the ass than anything, like you can walk and I'll put a different hook on. He's like, no, no, I'd be happy to do it. Just got to talk to them. And the pal finger guy called me today. He's like, so what's going on here? I'm just like, well, you left me with no choice. Like you said it would be ready for May and the hook won't even be here till June. And he says, yeah, Palfinger still won't give me an answer as to whether it'll be here for June. I said, well, then you just sealed the deal. They can't even tell me that the hook for sure will be here in June. So we have to look elsewhere. That's what we're doing.
This thing looks pretty good.
Yep. I
It
mean,
goes really vertical. I think it goes more vertical than my hook looks.
well, that's good if you have Phil in the box, I guess, eh?
It's good for yeah,
Like,
it's the more
yeah.
vertical they go, the more yeah. I don't know, it looks good, man.
Yeah.
Like how it double breaks. Over 45 years of proven performance, best in class payload, easy to operate, form fit jib, no plastic or steel shims. That's a good idea because our jib is fucked because you're constantly picking shims out of it and plastic and bullshit. That's great. Best in class lifespan, 25 years. Endless variety of attachments, ground level loading, most efficient use of equipment, cost savings. I think this seems like a good go.
I'll let you know. They said it'd be ready for the beginning of June. They're in Michigan right now, the hooks. Looks like I can have it here in a couple weeks. Perfect. That's better than fucking France shipping it
Well,
over on
and
a
at least
boat
he's
that
saying, is there any tariffs for crossing the border right now, or can he get it across?
he can get it. Well, he priced it to get it here. I doubt he's going to come back and say, "Hey, there's $10,000 worth of tariffs on this thing." He would know.
Yeah.
He's
So
just border, right? So
yeah. So the base of the hook actually lifts up and angles as opposed to just keeping going over. Wonder if that changes the lift angle or something.
I don't know.
It's pretty neat.
You can come take it for a spin.
I'll come. Oh, they have an old school one too. Yeah. I don't know. It's pretty cool. I
Yeah,
think I think it
mhm,
looks good.
I think.
I've never heard of it before. Look, I learned something. There's ampa
Mer-
rolls. Ampa
Mer-
rolls, kind of like sushi rolls.
Amply roll.
Yeah, you need to figure out how to completely um pronounce it. That's the only thing.
I think it's amply roll. Amply roll. Just say it's a Merrill.
Maybe that's what people call them, Merrills.
I don't know. I think they just say we got a hook lift.
Does anyone care what hook lift it is?
Um, we don't have a million hook lift companies here like you guys might.
Do you mean like people putting hooks on or people that own hook lift trucks?
Both. And this is a lifelong dream of me for the business to have this truck.
I wish I had
Oh,
a lifelong dream.
well, not a lifelong dream, like a business long dream. One day we're gonna
I
have a
wish I
hook
had
lift.
a business long dream.
No, you just fucking crushed everything in your 6 years that you've been around. You've done absolutely everything that you needed to do and more, Mr. $400,000 W990.
No, 291,000 cheapest dump truck in Ontario when I bought it.
That's
For the
cheaper
record.
than my hook truck.
291. And that was after we got it painted black. I could have got it for 288.
Wow.
The
Hell of a deal.
cheapest brand new dump truck in Ontario. I checked them all, believe me. I'm a very thorough person. I think that's why whenever I do make a decision, I instantly regret it because I've been so thorough. I've seen every angle of how things can go wrong, and I'm like, ah, fuck. Like it just some kind of instantaneous feeling of dread with every decision. So
I got cornered by CFIB today
what's
at my
that?
yard. Canadian Federation of Independent Business.
Oh yeah, what did they want?
Money, of
Like
course.
a good you telling them to go fuck themselves?
No, I missed an appointment with the guy in the winter, and then he's sort of like you don't really want him around, but he's like saying all the things that the CFIB does for businesses and stuff like that. So he's like, can we count on your support? I'm just like, fuck, here we go. Like, but
What does his support entail? That's the question I would have. Like
well,
what's
they lobby the government for shit on business owners' behalf, right? They
what support does he want? Get to the nuts
monetary
and bolts.
support.
Well, how much? I'm saying what is the support level
It's like
needed?
$500 a year,
Uh,
which is, I mean, it's peanuts,
Worst
right?
ways
Like,
to spend 500 bucks
you like you can split it up into monthly installments if you want. I'm like, it's $500.
monthly
Like
installment.
you could pay like $38 a month or something. I'm like, you're asking for $500. Like my workers have asked me for more than that before lunchtime. Like it's fine. If this will keep you out of my fucking hair for a year, you can have $500.
Do you think you're gonna like what is he gonna lobby for you?
Well, apparently, you know how we get all that WSIB money back?
No,
You get a WSIB rebate because they over collected because Ontario's too safe.
I never got that.
You may have. Check your bank account. Have
How
Kelly
much
check
did
the
you
bank
get?
account. I think it was like 3 or 4 grand.
What?
Apparently, we're supposed to get it again too. Yeah, ask Kelly. Be like, hey, did we get reimbursed by WSIB? Bro,
She would have said something to me. Maybe you were safer than us.
I doubt that. No, there's that, and then he was talking about how there's other things that the government is lobbying for, like I don't know. He just talked, and I was pushing a broom at the same time, and the dust was collecting in between us. So I'm just like, this is a good way to get the guy to fucking disappear.
So are you gonna pay him?
Well, I already paid him. It's $500. Like, not a lot of money.
So
Yeah, but I'm like, I said, regardless of whether you have my support or not, you're gonna lobby for businesses. He goes, yeah. I'm like, so this could be a waste of money? He goes, well, not really. He's like, we're not for profit or whatever. It's a tax write-off. I'm just like, whatever. Whatever, dude.
here's something that happened to me. You guys can give me your opinions on it. So we were at a store in Whitby, Kelly and I, on the weekend on Saturday, and I dropped my wallet in the parking lot. Obviously,
Mhm.
I didn't realize. I drove home. First of all, when I lost my cell phone last year, your AirTags don't automatically log onto your new cell phone, even if you like download everything that was in your phone onto your phone from the cloud. So, quick note for everybody listening: if you lose your phone, your AirTags are no longer active. So the AirTag on my wallet was not working. So I drove back. I retraced my steps. We had lunch, then we went to the store. So I thought maybe I fell out at the parking lot. Search the parking lot, can't find the wallet. I search in the grass around because people would put the money out and then throw the wallet back on the ground because all they care about is the money. Um, can't find the wallet. I'm like, fuck. I have to drive home, start calling all the credit cards, all the shit. As I'm about to drive home, my phone rings from an unknown number. I answer it. This is Police Constable McDonough. That's not the guy's name. I made it up. I'm like, hi, how's it going? It's like, good. It's like, have you lost something? I'm like, I lost my wallet. He's like, people just turned it in. If you want to come to the Whitby police station, you can pick up your wallet. I said, fantastic. So I go down to the police station and I retrieve the wallet. And immediately when I receive the wallet, I notice, well, I received the wallet. I noticed something about the wallet. And I say to the officer, hey, can I have the name of the people who saved the wallet? I own a landscape construction company. Maybe I can deliver them some mulch, for being such kind people to return the wallet. He says, I can't give you the name. I'll get into trouble. Can't hand out people's contact information. Fair enough. I don't want the guy to get into trouble. I'm just happy to get the wallet back. I get to the truck. I look in the wallet. Half the money is gone that was in the wallet. So the wallet contained about $2,000 Canadian, $400 American, and 5,000 Dominican pesos in my wallet.
How much is that?
A
How much
nice, about $50. It was a nice eclectic combination of money for all the different places that I go on a regular basis. I try to, like, if you have $100 American on you in the islands, it will solve any problem. So I have all this money in my wallet left over from trips to the States with Paisley.
problems?
Sorry?
You have posture for like sitting on that much money at a time? Does that not?
No, well, apparently I don't because I keep it in my pocket and lose it. So I don't have posture problems. So I've thought about this a lot. There's only two potential people who stole the money. The people who picked up the wallet, because if you find a wallet and your intention is to steal the money, you steal it all, then you throw the wallet back on the ground. Am I right?
Yeah.
No one in their right mind picks up a wallet, steals half the money, puts the other half of the money back, and throws it on the ground. for someone else to find. You either take all the money or none of the money. So whoever found the wallet, the unidentified person who turned it in, I am thankful. This isn't a story of anger. This is just a story of funny coincidence, I guess. That person either took half the money or turned the wallet in full of money, and the police officer who refused to give me the name of the person who turned in the wallet took the money. There's only two possibilities of the people who took the money. So who do you think took the money, Chad?
Does it matter, really? The
No, it's
money's
fun. It's a
gone.
fun. It's a fun game. No, it doesn't matter. And I got my
Uh,
wallet back. I'm more concerned about getting my wallet back
Yeah.
than they took all the American money. Like they took half the Canadian. They took none of the Dominican pesos. It's whatever. And they took all of the American money. They didn't even pretend that they were only like you could have taken half the Canadian, half the American, and half the pesos. And then I might have in my brain started to work back and be like, maybe I didn't have as much money as I thought. Maybe there wasn't as much money in this wallet. There's a few circumstances, but when you take all the American money, I know there was fucking American money in the wallet and it's all gone. There's no debate about how much American money was in the wallet. There's none now, and there was some before. So I'm saying, if you were a betting man, who do you think took the money, Chad?
Being the person that I am, I think the cop probably took the money. But I also have some great cop clients, so I just don't think every cop is not good, just like every teacher is not good.
Who do you think took the money, Mike?
I think it was the people that turned it in for sure, taking their finder's fee.
So when I spoke to the cop, he almost gave me the info. And then I said to him, if you're going to get in shit, I don't want you to give me this info because you saved my wallet. And I don't want heat bringing down on this guy. So as much as I am on Chad's side of the fence, I also think that the people took the money.
You should have asked the cop, what are you going to spend the Dominican pesos on? Just to see if there's some sort of tell, like, oh, he's
Do you
on
see
to
any
me.
American money?
Yeah.
So
You break out with your
you got any American I could exchange? I need some American. You should have asked me, you got any American money on you? Because I need to buy some. So interestingly, he said, I tried to find you on our database, the cop, to find my number so he could return the wallet, right? He's like, you're nowhere on our database. I'm like, you're fucking right. I'm not on your database, bro. And he's like, it's just impossible to find you on our database. You're nowhere. There's no address. There's fucking nothing. And I'm like, you're fucking right. There's nothing on me, bro. You don't know who I am.
I got pinched was whenever I tried smuggling cigarettes at 16.
I said to him, if you did an MTO search, there's a lot more information on me. He's like, oh, I don't have access to that database, but next time I'm looking to find someone, I'll try that. So he found me because he Googled my name and my Paver King Instagram account came up. And so he called me off Instagram.
No way. Wow.
Yeah. He's like, you got a lot of followers on there.
That blue check mark paying for itself.
Didn't help me keep all my American money.
I think the only one at fault here is you for carrying so much money. The only person you're mad at is you.
Oh, I'm not mad at all. That's part of my life. I lose shit. I'm old, right? My brain is becoming foggy every day. It gets a little bit foggier. Today, after that shit went down on Saturday, today I was in Mississauga looking at a job site that's also not ready because there's a huge pile of dirt there in the way. And the contractor that's supposed to move the dirt is saying, I don't have any other work other than moving this dirt. So I'm not refusing to call my people back to work. I don't want them coming off EI to move this dirt. I'm like, can you move this fucking dirt, bro? It's fucking up like a month worth of work for me. And I don't want to remove dirt from Mississauga. Like, if it was in Durham, I probably would have already moved the 6 loads of dirt just to do my job. Anyways, I went to the bathroom in a gas station And while I was in the bathroom, I put my phone down on the little shelf. Got to the truck, went to hang my phone up, and was like, "Motherfucker, my phone's in the bathroom." So I went back in. The bathroom was um, in use. Little red sign was up, and I was like, "Bro, you're about to get a rude awakening. If my phone's not in there, there was no time for anyone else to have gotten in the bathroom. You have my phone, bitch." So I stood there right with my face against the bathroom door. So when the 80-year-old man that was in the bathroom opened it, I was looking right at him. And he was looking at me and he looked scared and he went, "Are you missing a phone?" I said, "You're fucking right, bro." And he pulled it out of he had already slipped it on his inside breast pocket of his coat. I said, "Listen, you carny voting motherfucker. Give me my phone." I didn't. He was a nice guy. He gave me he's like, "Oh, I was." So you can set a thing on your watch that'll tell you when you're too far away from your phone. So I feel like that's my next step.
Yeah.
My brain is like really getting mushy. I think I'm just old. I'm all done. We were driving south on the 35 115 coming back from Kelly's parents from Easter, and I was staring at every sign because I knew I had to get off at Taunton Road. And not only did I miss the sign that said Taunton Road, Kelly actually hit me and said, "Hey, there's Taunton Road," and I didn't acknowledge her because I was too busy looking for the sign that said Taunton Road. Too distracted as I drove by the sign that said Taunton. So if this podcast disintegrates into me just talking gibberish, we'll all know why.
Been us talking gibberish for the last 2 years.
Yeah. Almost 3.
Almost 3.
Wow.
Really?
Holy
How many
cow.
episodes have we done?
Good question.
Not numbered, are they?
No.
So
They're not numbered?
No. We don't have episode numbers in the title.
So our truck's 4 weeks out. I think you might beat us, Chad.
no, I don't think so. I still
You're
have all
saying
of May to get through. They're saying like first week of June, maybe. That's 5 weeks away.
I think it's a race though. Ours has got the PTO on it. Has
Ours
anyone
came-
done? I came from Western Star with a PTO on it.
Yeah,
Western Star wouldn't have put the PTO on it. There's no way.
yeah, they would.
No, they would have got shipped.
Yes.
It would have got shipped somewhere first after Western Star built it. They wouldn't put it on the factory.
Yes, they put it on the factory. I'm telling you, it's one of the options. You can have factory install PTO.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never heard anyone that has a factory. What kind of PTO is it?
I don't know. I'll look it up. I didn't know there was more than one. I just knew that this one came with a
Yeah,
PTO.
there's a couple different. I didn't know that. I've never dealt with any truck manufacturer that put a PTO on in the factory. Because how do they know what the truck's going to do? What if it's not big enough?
Because the hook installer spec'd it for the builder, the truck builder.
Hmm.
General service, engine, electronics. PTO minimum RPM 650. PTO dash switch. PTO speed one setting 700 RPM. One PTO speed via dash switch. PTO governor. PTO mode. PTO control with steering wheel switches. PTO mode engine. Yeah, it's all right on here.
What kind of PTO is it? Is it a
Uh,
Muncie?
I don't know. Where would that be in the?
I don't know. I never bought a truck from Western Star. I didn't even know you could get a PTO. Normally they come without a PTO and then send them to the PTO people.
DT12 rear PTO high speed ratio? No.
Maybe. I don't know.
Um,
This is a whole
PTO
new
mounting
experience.
rear of main transmission, Detroit and Eaton Fuller. I don't know. This is getting me nowhere. but I know it has a PTO.
Really? How much was it? Well, how much was the option?
Well, it's split up into a million different line items.
Are they all have a price beside them?
Yep.
What's the cheapest line item on that truck?
I got a iron rear axle carrier with optional heavy duty axle housing for $98. Oh, indicator light for each interaxle lockout switch. They're $23.
Nice.
Um, $73.
$23. It all adds up though.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it does. $33 for a fuel tank filler neck anti-siphon insert.
Oh yeah, that's so that people can't siphon your fuel out.
That's a good for $33.
I think that's a great option for 33
Great
bucks.
option. A $12 dual electric horn.
12 bucks.
That's cheap, eh?
That's cheap.
$12 for a horn.
Yeah.
But they rolled that somewhere else, you know? They rolled the true cost of the horn into something. They have a software that's rolling shit in different parts so that it's definitely rolled into one of the standard options.
You know what post you made, Mike, that I found really interesting this week?
Let's hear it.
When you posted, "I'm out here raw dog and software," and I was like, "Wow, Mike is raw." Like, I I thought a lot about that post. It was a great post,
Was it?
and it was. It made me think like, what morning did you wake up and be like, "Fuck it, I'm making my own software"? Like, was it a big like, was it a epiphany, or was it a like over time you realize this is just a progression that I need to fulfill?
It was a slow burn. It was a combination of a lot of different things. I I always wanted to have a product rather than trying to ask for sponsors to sustain this thing. So that was the main thing, but there was many other things that led me to do it.
So it wasn't like an epiphany. Like I dream of being a software owner.
No, I was boiled and I didn't hop out. I just kept getting boiled.
I don't even understand how you make a software. Like, what's the stages of software making?
The first one was finding developers. So it was like a pretty easy progression in terms of like the first thing that I made for How to Hardscape was the budget and estimate spreadsheet. So I needed
So
to
did
find
you
a.
make that, or did a developer make that?
I made the spreadsheet. It's just a spreadsheet. Yeah. And then
I don't know anything about spreadsheets, so I don't know who makes them or how they work or.
yeah. So
But
then
you
I
made the
just
spreadsheet.
I hired I think I hired 3 developers as freelancers to give them the software and say give them the spreadsheet and make a software out of it. And then so the 3 did whatever they did, and I liked the one guy the best and I hired him, and then he knew a developer eventually and I hired him, and then they knew a developer eventually and I hired them, and then we needed a mobile developer so we hired them. And it's controlled my life now.
So how many developers have had their fingers in the
3
Hardscape headquarters?
3 and 1 mobile dedicated.
And so if you don't, I'm just like, how do you manage the developers? They develop something, send it to you, and you say, I don't like that.
So I have a Google Doc that explains what I want from them. So we break it up into phases. Like I get the next phase ready as they're working on the current phase. And I put together in Canva how I want it to look. Like I explain the
So
feature.
for the rest of us out there, what's Canva?
Oh, Canva.
Chad doesn't know either.
I
I
forgot.
think I think someone asked me to download that before.
It's good.
You can you can make like
YouTube
templates and
thumbnails, things
stuff.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah, it's good. It's awesome.
So what is it?
It's a photo editing software, sort of online software thing. So you
is
can
it
like
a
make
computer or phone?
either. You can get the mobile app too. So you can like upload a photo and then add elements to it. Like for my YouTube videos, I always have like arrows and text and stuff like on it. So But
So
you can
it's
do
sort
a
of like,
whole there's like a whole bunch of different templates. So you can be like, I want to create a brochure for my business, and they'll have brochure templates that it populates everything. You just click on the element and update the text and maybe some photos. It's really great.
so it's similar to CapCut.
But for photos, actually they do have videos now, so but it's more
Cap
so dedicated to photos.
Oh, Canva is photos?
Yeah, like photos, brochures, like visual things that aren't videos, but they do have video stuff now too.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
CapCut does that too.
It's more so not necessarily for, well, yeah, for Instagram and TikToks and stuff like that you can do, but it's more so for like the like YouTube thumbnails is what I use it for. But if you want to make a brochure or a business card or anything like that, some sort of design, it's really good for that.
So what do you do with that for the software?
I just create a visual representation of what I want the feature to look like. And then they come back to me and say they can do that, they can't do that, or they can do it like this and they can do it like that. And they develop that, and then we meet and they show me what they've got. And then I say, I want it to be like more like this, or I like this. They revise it, they come back and meet. We deploy it on the testing server, we test it for a number of weeks, and then we upload it.
Hmm. So like when I log into your software and I see the homepage, you made that homepage and then said to them, this is what I want it to look like.
A lot of the things within the software are um, base level things that we're gonna like improve on. Like for example, the dashboard. As soon as you log into that, it's a breakdown of your budget. But what the dashboard is eventually going to be is like a customization of what you want to see as soon as you log into the software. So like, yeah, our developers made that, but um, we pushed off less crucial things in our phases and focused on more like the crucial things is what we're going for.
So what, like, do you think it's never finished developing? Like it'll
No,
always be under development?
yeah, it's always going to be.
Like there's no end in sight for you. It's
No,
kind of,
I want to
so
continuously add features to it.
you're gonna go postal one day
I think so. Yeah.
because the mail never stops. The software development never stops.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you stop developing and adding features, that's when you fall behind.
Yeah, but there's a lot of great software. Like a lot of softwares will just stick to doing one thing and doing one thing really well. And I think that's a really great strategy for spaces that are ready for disruption or new software sort of things. I just, the way I explain it is I want the software to work for my business and have the features that I want for my business. It's just great that I have How to Hardscape that a bunch of people can jump on board and use it as well.
Hmm. Do you think developing your own software is for the light of heart?
No, it is not for the light of heart. It's very expensive. It is. I was just
Do
talking
you
to
think
somebody
it's more
else about
expensive? Do you
this.
think it's more expensive to develop software or buy a hook truck?
I am beyond the price of a hook truck right now.
No,
So
I'm being serious. Like when I saw your post, it made me think about like Mike doesn't get enough credit for not owning a hook truck and owning software. I think it's true. I saw it and I was like, he's so fucking right. He's out here raw dogging against the big boys, building his own fucking software. That's awesome. You're like the underdog software guy.
did you see my hashtag?
No, I don't
Yes.
remember it. I must have seen it, but I don't remember.
Yours, what was your guys? You said outrun the industry. I said run
Yeah.
with the industry.
Run with the industry.
Do you,
Do you feel like you're the NDP of software?
The NDP?
Well, I don't mean that as in your political views, but like there's like the liberals, the conservatives, and the NDP. And the NDP are always the underdog guys that are fighting for the common man. You know, like your software is affordable and you're trying to develop it in the real world, working in your business, making it better for your business to make it better for other people's business. I feel like you're kind of like that everyman kind of software.
I
You know?
guess, yeah. Blue collar software.
You're the blue collar software, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the NDP tag. I'll go with blue
NDP is
collar.
not the blue collar fucking.
No,
Well, I
I don't.
don't mean it. I'm just saying like they're so NDP pre Jagmeet Singh was a very blue collar party. It was a union party built on unions. That's the whole point of it, right?
yeah.
It was a unionized party, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, regardless, you were the underdog in the fight.
Yeah, the
Really?
reason why I was late today is because I had to pull over the truck and do a demo because I couldn't get home in time. So it's it's just it's consumed my life along with my landscaping business.
Do you ever get frustrated with people during a demo?
No, not
Like
at all.
teaching a kid something and they don't fucking listen?
No, most people are like tuned in or like everybody that's signed up for the software or done a demo, they all know either how to hardscape or I am a hardscaper or this podcast. This podcast comes up quite a bit too.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My fencing contractor listens to the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, he rents a yard space from us.
Nice.
Yeah.
They're
So
not saying anything about him.
Nick, he's been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you send him down here? Because finding a fencing contractor is a fucking.
I
Actually,
have
I say that, but we have a really good fencing contractor now who always supplies very competitive prices and commercially. Um, residentially, we have a good fencing contractor. I don't know why. Like maybe this is just past shit, not right now. I remember like 15 years ago, the fencing guy we dealt with was just such a fucking disaster. Maybe it just makes me feel like I don't know. He was such a fucking just crazy.
my partner has a fencing division and I've like thrown him jobs before and stuff and like it's almost embarrassing because clients they can't get along with the guy. He's just like crude and he doesn't seem like he ever wants to do any work. Like he's like, well, yeah, I guess we could do this and yeah. And then like he's like I'm not a social guy, but this guy is like bottom of the barrel, scraping by with almost no social skills, right? So like you can't refer him for anything. It's embarrassing to your business.
Mm.
So this new guy, Nick, I mean, we got a couple jobs with him coming up and stuff. So whatever.
Nice.
Yeah. It's good for both of us, I think. So
Well, and if you keep him employed, then you know he'll pay the rent.
yeah. I don't think it's up to me to keep him employed. I think he's doing a great job at that
No, no,
himself.
I meant like if you keep him owing you some money, then you know that you can always be like, well, let's just deduct the rent off that money.
Uh, I think it's a good relationship for both of us.
I don't think that's a bad relationship.
Yeah.
We have tons of clients that we do exchanges with. I don't mean it in a bad way.
I rent space to another landscaper
Why
who's
wouldn't you?
straight competition.
Why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
There's lots of work to go around.
Lots. Well, it seems like it this year.
Oh, around here, there's no work.
Really?
Oh, no one's even started. I got like two. I can usually judge by how busy the bin trucks are. We have like two clients working, and one of them's a brand new client that's never ordered a bin from
Hmm.
from us before till today. So